let's start with the modifying the file tree, as we have now less time. For modifying the file tree, what we will try to learn here, how we create and remove files and directories. And also we will try to learn how to copy or rename files and directories. You can see here like what we learned in the beginning. If we want to create a file, we can use touch command line. And of course, you can also create the files in different ways, like you can use the editors Nano, Vim, and Emacs that you will learn in the next with my colleague. So if we want to create any new file, you can just use touch. Okay, and the name of the file, let's say file anything. Okay. ls, you can see that we already created a new file. It's a text file. Okay, so keep in mind touch to create a new file. Let's try to be faster to implement. And now with the rm, actually this command, it can be used to remove the files. Okay, if I want to remove this file that I just created, you can just write rm and the file name that you want to remove. Okay, but keep in mind, if you do this, it will be removed without asking you if you want to change your mind or something. So let's say if I click ls, now we removed it. But if we don't want to delete things without having a message telling us if we agree to remove, we can use the flag -i will help us to prompt this kind of messages before deleting completely. And we can just use the touch file again. We will create it again, and we will use with the rm -i. So this flag will help us to have this message. See, it's the system now did not delete the file directly. It's asking us to confirm if we want to delete that. So yes, this is helpful. Sometimes we delete by mistake. So to be careful, you can use this flag. Yes, F, it's so we said it's to give this message, and here this is file, but if you want to remove folder, actually you have to use R. That's mean you will remove all the subdirectories inside this inside this directory that you want to remove. So let's create a new directory, make dir. So touch for creating files, make directory to create directories or folders. Let's say test dir. Okay. Now ls, you will find the tester. If you want to remove that tester, let's say we do this. It will tell us this is a directory. You cannot remove it without using R, like all the subdirectories inside if there is any. So we should use -R. If you do this, it will delete the folder without asking. But if you add the actually it's by default F. So F, it's forcing to delete without asking you. Okay. Now it's deleted. Okay. So remember RM to remove files, and you can use -R to remove folders with it. Now, this is nothing, just to remind you about Makedir is to create directories. And there is one more useful flag, it's -P. So if you want to create a new folder, also subfolder inside it, you can just use this folder. Before that, if you remember, we created test dir, and this is empty. But if you want to create inside it, like let's do this quickly, maybe. Make dir. Let's just say test directory. Okay. ls, and let's say ls test directory. It will show that there is nothing inside this folder. If you want to create inside it some subdirectories, you can directly do the following. Let's remove it first. With the upper row, you can just navigate the commands that you already clicked before, you already typed before. So let's delete it. Okay. And now let's create a directory and subdirectory at the same time. So what we do, make dir, okay, -P, and then let's say test dir, and inside it you want to create another sub directory. Okay, we can just do that. ls, what you will see that we created already that folder, but inside it there must be another folder called subdirectory. Let's see. ls test, okay, subdirectory. You can see it was empty before, but when we used -P and we put another folder, we got the complete one. Okay, so this is the flag P. Remember that? It's helping us to create folders with their subfolders. Yeah, let's continue, like removing with -R always, if it is a directory. F, it's to force deleting, which is by default here actually. We did not use F, so in our system here, it's by default, it's forced. That's why I asked to add -I to be aware that we are deleting by getting message from the system. Yes, try to do this example yourself. And here the reminder of what we learned above. The make dir, it's to create the directory again. RM, it is to remove the directory, and these flags -R to remove recursively, and F, it's forcing to delete. If you want to have message to remind you that you are deleting, it's you can use -I. CD alone, you can just go directly to the home directory, as we mentioned before. If you put the name of the directory with the CD, that means you are changing from your current directory to this directory that you choose. If you put space ... you will go one level up. If you put hyphen or line, that means you will go to the previous working directory that you left. Touch will help you to create file, and RM will help you to remove file. PWD, remember that it's a print working directory. It will show you the current full path that where are you right now. Okay. Now let's see. Here we have 10 minutes. Let's see if we can cover all of this. copy. Okay, so let's go through this quickly. So we already actually spoke about how to make the directory and how to list the files inside and how to remove them. I hope that this is clear and you can also implement that. And if you want to create or remove files, again, we already tried that by using touch to create the file and RM to remove, as we also implemented that. So these are only examples. You can try it yourself. Here the CD. We also spoke about changing directory command to change your directory, and remember this dot dot means one level up or parents directory. Yes, and we spoke also about these wildcards. What does it mean? Star? Star means everything, and the curly brackets, you can take one by one, like separated by comma, these characters, and the question mark represent one character or number. Yes, and here you can also see example of how to change the directory in HPC2N. Let's just move to the copy file directories. Now we have this command line that I mentioned it briefly, but you can use this to copy files and directories. You can see here, you can type cp, the file that you want to copy, and the new name that you want to use. Also, you can copy the file into a directory. So you can put the name of the file that you want to copy first, and then the name of the directory where you want to move that file to this directory. Yes, and here also you can copy directory to another directory. With the directories, actually, you have to use again -R, as we mentioned. It's recursively to copy everything from the first directory to the second one. With here copy -I, this is, as we mentioned before, it will help you to get a message from the system that you are going to do copy a file and move it to another directory. Actually, it's moving the file to another directory. So this will warn you with the risk of overwriting any existing file with the same name. So try to use the -I to avoid this issue. Yeah, this is what we saw before. It's just example about the file system structure and how it looked like and how to change the directory here to the subdirectory. And here you can copy a file and give it copy a file and put it in a specific directory. As we mentioned above. So we have now a few minutes left. I would like to go through this very quick. Just remember, CP is to copy either file or move the file to a directory. And yes, here you can see some examples. You can try them. CP, copy the file to this directory, or create a new directory and like here, just example, to create a directory inside another directory. We learned how to do that. CD to enter the or access to the directory, make dir, it's to create a new directory, and so on. Yes, and here, here's something like here example of if you would like to copy a new subdirectory, let's say it's called 3, to directory number 2. Okay. Where are we now? Let's say, LS, maybe I can do this example quickly. Let's see what we have here. Test dir. Let me go to make dir. Let's say we have test dir 1 and make dir test dir 2 ls. So we have these 2 directories. Okay. And let's say I want to go to test dir test dir 2, and there I will create another one, another directory, 3. So ls. So if you see that we have a directory called testdir inside testdir 2. If I want to move that folder to the testdir 1, which is actually 1 level up. So what we can do, we can just type like // and test dir 1. Okay, like what we wrote here. So let me do that. cp -r, since it's folder, and I can say, okay, I want to move the tester 3 and I want to move it, sorry, to 1 level up, because this testdir 1, it's in 1 level up. Testdir 1. Okay. Now let's say ls testdir 1. Okay, so you can see that we moved this folder, which is inside testdir 2, and we moved it to testdir 1. All what I'm trying to say here, that you have to take care of the path when you are moving the folders, if it is level up or inside another folder. Yes, and here we are coming to MV that we also mentioned briefly. It's used to rename files and directories. Always when you are using it with like moving, try to use -i, as we mentioned. It's important to warn you with the message. But we can just go through this this list. MV file, I think we spoke about that. Okay, so MV, it's to move the to rename the first file with the second name. Okay, and to be careful, as we mentioned before, that maybe there will be overwriting with the existing file. You should use minus I, but in general, MV, it can be also used to rename the file. So if you do this command, the file 1 will be renamed to file 2. And also you can rename folders, like here, folder 1, it can be renamed to folder 2. And if you use file with folder, that means you are moving this file to this folder. Yes, and here you can use it also to move directory into another directory. What is the difference? If you see here the backslash, if you keep it here, that means you are using it for renaming. And if you don't use it here, that means you are trying to move the complete directory here to another directory. Yes, and here, as I mentioned, if you want to have a message to warn you, you can use -I before renaming or moving. Okay, so MB complains if there is already file or directory with the new name. You can force the renaming with the -F, which is by default in some systems. And like for us now, it's by default, it's forcing delete. Yes. Now, these exercises, I hope that you will try to do them yourself. And we have the solutions here, but I would like that you try them yourself before looking at the solution. I would like to go through the simple links quickly because we are over time now. So the simple links, we can just go through it quickly. The simple links are also called soft links or just sim links. And they are very useful. You can like avoid the long path if you have a very long path and you want just to rename it. And you can simply do that by using the command ln. So for example, here, if I say pwd, here, you see I have very long path. If I want just to rename this path and create a simple link for that, I will just use ln command and -s. And then you can put all of this long path that you don't want to type it again and again, for example, space, and you can put any name. You can say my first, anything, like whatever. You can say course, for example, path. So you so now you created already a simple link. You name it Linux course to this long path. So Joachim, do you think we still have time for the summary? Okay, then I guess let's just continue with that. And here you can find some examples about it. Okay, now let's just summarize it quickly to have the break. We covered the making directory with makedir and removing the directory with rm-r, creating a file with touch, removing the file with rm, and copy files and directories with cp, and renaming the files with mv and creating the symbolic link with using ln-s. And always try, this is very important, try before deleting your files or directories, try to check with ls before all of this. Yeah. So thank you.